listening to Feta Sports on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Feta Sports Podcast. Headline. I'm so depressed to have to reveal the headline. Mike Matusow is 9-1 on the show. He's 9-1 against the spread. It's unbelievable. Now, unfortunately, I'm 3-7. So, you know, the word fade us. Maybe fade Phil and bet with Mikey. Mike, you're 9-1. I have no idea how you did it. Okay, so we're going to, in honor of your great record, give us your rant.
My rant is on my greatness. The Super Bowl champion Indianapolis Colts, 40-6, demolished the Raiders, and the dog shit 4-1 should be 0-5 Eagles lost outright, like I told you they were going to lose, and I will stick with my guns on both of these. The Indianapolis Colts are the best team in the AFC. The Eagles might not make the playoffs. I like the 40-1 on not making the playoffs. They're not a very good football team. They are ranked 30th in offense, 23rd in defense. They are a bad fight, and they just lost their best offensive tackle, guard. Dickerson is now out for a minimum of 3 weeks. Could be the season. And the offensive line already stinks. They're a bad team. You're getting 7.5 this week. Giants probably beat them outright. If the Giants win outright against the Eagles this week, you guys will say, wow, Mike was right. But they're not supposed to win this week. They should win this week, but it wouldn't shock me if they lost.
At 9-1, though, you surely have all your Survivor picks left, right?
I told you all. I told everybody on the show last week. Fade Arizona. He likes to laugh. Okay? I told him I wanted 2 on Seattle, but he's a stupid ass homer, so we end up with 3 on Seattle, right? And I told him how bad of a team they are when they gave up. Oh, but their defense is so good. I go, it's not good. They gave up 14 to Arizona in the last 4 minutes on the Thursday before. That shows me the defense isn't very good. And what they do, they gave up 35 to Baker, missing his top running back, his top receiver, 2 offensive linemen, and that team stinks. Also,
now, Mike,
you're going to lose 5,000 because they're not making the playoffs.
Mike, look behind us. I don't know if the folks can see at home. I think they can.
That's a good rant. I'm fine.
We have that was a great rant. We have the Circa.
Let me breathe.
We have the Circa Survivor contest back there. Now, Mike, how many picks did you start with?
I started with 5 in Circa, and I begged everybody to not.
How many do you have left, Mike?
I have 0. Okay, but in all fairness,
you start with 10.
2 of them
We have 10.
against this guy. Okay, and the only reason why we still have one left between us is his stupid ass Vikings who are dead, who are completely dead, and somehow caught a lightning ball to keep us alive. So we do have one pick. We got. You know, we're
Chip in a chair.
We got a chip in a chair.
You got a chip in a chair. Okay, guys, listen.
Wait, but there is 2 other survivors I'm in. I'm 4 left.
Mike. The show's not just you.
Well, you brought up survivors.
There are people here, and we will talk about survivors at the end of the show. Okay. Right now, I'm coming to David, and I like this nickname. I just came up with it. David the Businessman. Woodley. David the Businessman Woodley. We call him Woodley, but I think maybe this will catch on. The Businessman. And look, he's dressed very nicely like a businessman. He's been giving some pretty good picks. He's CEO. Actually,
how's he going to win this week? There's no Vikings to pick number 1.
Woodley
5 weeks, 5 Vikings.
It's a tough week, Mike.
Oh, you'll pick Seattle, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, Woodley. First, give us your rant, though, and then we'll talk about picks later.
You know, I took the week off last week from the Kelsey Swift universe because they didn't show their ass for once, and wow, a lot has happened. We're gonna start with the brothers first. Travis again. Somehow they're losing to Jacksonville on the road. Or period. You should not be losing to Jacksonville. Travis again is washed. He needs to leave. Jason is completely irrelevant. But we're gonna go at the matriarch of the family here. She released
that's a good album, man.
She released a new album. I
would
would never listen to it because I'm not a teenage girl, and my daughter is only 5 months old and will never listen to it. Hopefully. I was shocked to find out that one of the main tracks on this was all about Travis Kelce's, how do we say it? We're live on VSiN.
X.
His cock?
His penis or cock,
Oh, there was another track about one of his exes. But
And his
continue.
ex.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
Well, I know the ex.
I didn't- I listened
There's
to
a
one
company I
song.
worked at. We worked with her. She's a very sweet woman. Kayla Nicole, very sweet woman.
Okay.
Better than, I'm putting this out there. Kayla Nicole is better than Taylor Swift in every sense of the word. Anyways, Taylor, you're appealing to teenage girls, all this stuff, and you were singing about this vile stuff that is, it would be hilarious to us, but
I haven't
grow
heard.
up. Come on, Kelsey University, grow up. Just leave.
Okay.
Defend it. You can defend it now.
I only listen to one song, and I've never listened to one Taylor Swift song in my life because I said this was the best song on the track, and I thought it was very good, and that was it.
Was it
Cantu.
about, was it about
Cantu,
his-
you want to
No,
defend?
No, it wasn't.
Nope.
Done. Oh, I'm really kind of surprised. I was expecting a little defense there. Taylor Swift is one of the best rock stars in the world. I love the Kelseys. I do get that maybe 20 or 30% of the football world's a little turned off by the Kelsey verse,
90%.
including our friend Woodley, who now claims it's 90%. Now we're going to Brandon Cantu, who was really sharp on the Survivor stuff the last few weeks. But Cantu, we're coming to you for your rant.
Nothing pisses me off more than this has got me the last 2 weeks. The guy that's we got an 85-yard touchdown. We're breaking it. We're gonna go celebrate. This is where I had all my Survivor picks, and we're gonna celebrate early and finger roll or do that stupid finger roll at the 1-inch line. I'll never understand it. That play makes me so mad, and every single time it happens, I'm on the wrong end. Never once has one of these idiots like
You guys
ever
laughed
dropped-
at me when it happened to me with Indy the week before. Ha 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 ha!
Never once.
It is funny.
Never once have they.
It is funny when it happens to you guys.
In my favor.
Never.
My biggest play was the Colts the week before. My biggest play this week was the Cardinals. I had 2 Survivor picks. I knew the second that happened, that was the end of me.
But Cantu, was it 21-6? They were about to go
22,
20.
22
It would have been
6.
28-6.
I knew it. I knew it was over when it happened, and it reminded me of like 8 or 10 years ago. It was my biggest play. I had like 20,000 on Oregon, and they're playing Arizona, and Oregon goes like 99 yards on a kickoff return. They're about to score the touchdown. He leaves it right at the 1, celebrates it too early. Arizona grabs at the 1, goes 100 back the other way, and it was tied at 7, and then they ended up losing 42-7.
I'm with you on this,
And
but
that
how
was-
about the fact the coach had to go to the woke world and apologize?
Mike.
I'm so sorry that my
Mike.
elbow pushed up against him
Mike.
when he yelled at his players.
The thing is, all the
that
guys
was-
doing this, they're all scrubs. Like if you're like Justin Jefferson, you do it right. Like you'll get a pass, right?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Or who did it in the Super Bowl? Leon Lett, right? And that game was already out
Yeah,
of
it was
control.
52-6
It's like
whatever.
funny, but the guys that are doing this, they are. Scrubs is a harsh word.
It's
But like
directly
the
cost
third or fourth stringer.
teams a-
they're
a
just
game,
idiots.
back-to-back.
They're not superstars.
They're backups.
Here's the
And-
thing. I watched
Like
the
backups.
I watched a documentary on Barry Sanders the other day for the first time. Every time he scored a touchdown, he handed the ball to the ref.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what all coaches should say. When you score a touchdown, hand the ball to the ref.
But why drop it anyways? Like spike it or do something awesome.
It makes no
Dude,
sense.
it's-
I don't get it.
Here's my last part of that whole thing, and I was going to bring this up before Mike interrupted me, is that the Arizona coach, he actually didn't do enough. He got fined for $100,000. I would have done more. I would have
too.
grabbed him by the
I'm with
jersey.
you. I would have knocked
and I
him
would have
out
told
on
him-
national
I would have
TV.
told him to go get his ass down the
By the
hallway.
way,
So do you- what do you
that was
hate?
if
terrible.
this was inside the NBA and it was Shaq and Barkley, they said they'd probably just say we would have punched that guy pretty hard in the shoulder, and then everybody would have laughed because
That Arizona coach, I was
I agree. He didn't do
upset. He
enough.
apologed. You got to
Me
do
too.
more.
That
You guys
bothered
gotta
me.
do
He
more.
apologized.
Do you Woody Hayes him or Bobby Knight him?
what he
I mean,
is.
you
Bobby
listen.
Knight.
Listen, the Jets coach is horrible, but at least when the guy makes a mistake, he releases the guy on Monday.
Yeah.
He's
I'm only
released like
talking
4
about
players.
The
Jets
Belichick,
coach.
yeah, the Belichick.
Yeah.
Belichick, you see that all
Remember the
time.
guy Belichick ran for 206 yards on Monday night, and he
Three
was let go.
touchdowns, yeah.
And he was let go
Yes,
the next week
I
for being
love
late.
All right,
Check
guys.
my ass.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
All right, it's time for my rant. Actually, a rant would be thumbs down. This, I'm going 100% positive, is thumbs up. My rant is actually praise of my son Philip, who's getting married on Sunday. And I've been asked to speak at the wedding, and of course that's make sure you have 0% Phil in there. It's all about Philip, and And so Philip is just a fabulous kid. You guys know him. You've hung out with him. You've played with him. He's kind of decided to become a professional poker player. You know, you initially hope that your kids, like, I'm just going to tell you my process, and you guys might laugh. You might laugh, Mike. You might laugh and disagree, but let me hear me out. The first thing you hope for is your kids are healthy when they're born. Give us healthy kids. And that's so important. Wow, we got lucky. Oh, we dodged that. And the second thing you hope for is they grow up. And Woodley, they're a little bit young yet. You say, oh, man, you know, please let them not be drug addicts or alcoholics and destroy their lives and then destroy your lives. You kind of hope for that. Okay, check, right? Then you think, well, it would be really nice if they can contribute to society, have a job, that kind of thing. Philip, check. And then there's the bonuses. Philip is the oldest of all of his cousins. He pulls the family together. He never misses a family event. He's a super sweet kid.
A great guy.
He happens to have incredible intelligence and EQ, and that stuff's all just a bonus. He's just a great kid. Philip, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy, and you've been with Danae for 10 years. Guys, he's getting married Sunday.
Congratulations, Philip.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a break. Afterwards, we're going to deliver our pick, starting with the guy who's 9-1. Oh, it's painful to say it. See you in a minute.
This is Veda Sports, only on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Okay, welcome back to the Veda Sports Podcast. All right, our VEASAN podcast that brings a poker player's mindset to every bet. Get our no-holds-barred survivor pool strategies and see precisely how seasoned gamblers approach sports betting. Make sure you catch all episodes of the Veda Sports Podcast as soon as they come out hot. The only way to do that is to follow Veda Sports wherever you get your podcasts, or head to vsn.com/podcasts, vsn.com/podcasts. Okay, back in the studio, here we are. Okay. We're going to start off by going to the red-hot 9-1 Mike. And I'll just tell you this. His number one pick is also Woodley's number one pick. But we're going to give Mike a crack at it first. Mike, give us your number one pick. I know you're on fire. And Danny, show some fire emoji.
This is a game that I have broken down like 10 times over the first 3 days here. And I am so sure on this game. And my number one pick is a young team coming off back-to-back wins, a team coming off of a bye, a team that got embarrassed by a Hail Mary last year that they dominated. The Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears plus 4.5 is my number one pick, and I truly believe they're going to win this game outright. I'm not saying bet it outright. I love the 4.5. There's lots of reasons. There's the bye week. They've won 2 in a row. The defense is so much better than people are giving credit for. They shut down the Dallas offense who's putting up 30 or 40 on everybody. They held them to 14. They in week 1 for 3 quarters, the Vikings had 40 total yards. They're 2-2. They should be 3-1. They're getting better and better. I love the coach. I love the revenge factor from the guy, the Hail Mary last year, when he was talking all that crap to the Washington fans and saying, ha, ha, ha. And meanwhile, he tipped the ball into the other guy's hands. They lost the game. They would have been 4-2, and then they lost 9 in a row. It derailed their season. They've been waiting for the revenge this week, and they're coming off a bye. Washington only won last week because the Chargers lost half their team during the middle of the game.
This is not a revenge.
I love the Bears. My number one pick.
I want to
take it, boys.
Woodley,
this is not my number one pick.
Woodley, you can't come in yet because I believe it's Cantu's number one pick is also the Bears. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, is it your number 2 pick?
No.
Okay, so
Good to know you're on top of things, Phil.
apparently, I read our text stream, and Cantu is saying how much he loved this.
Phil,
I think he picked
maybe
it.
the cockroach race at the Formula One might be his number one pick.
Cantu does like to bet all of his money on some games. Cantu, who are you betting it all on?
Wait a minute.
This week.
Wait a minute. You don't even know what you're doing this week, Phil. Everybody has to comment what they think of my number one pick first.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't. I know that you and Woodley share a pick, and then I thought you
Not
shared.
this one. Yeah.
Right. And I know you shared another pick. I thought you were going to come up with your number. I thought your pick was a different one. But Cantu, I know you love the Bears, but I think for different reasons.
No,
Mike.
I hate the Bears, and I don't think anybody could like the Bears less than me. I hate everything about the Bears. I don't like anything about the team. I don't like anything about
all I can say is this, we're really on tonight. Go ahead, Cantu.
This is not a revenge game. I want to start there.
It is a
just
revenge
because you
game.
have a lucky Hail Mary and you catch it doesn't mean you. This is not.
It got the coach
revenge.
fired last year.
This is
on
This
Monday.
is just a lucky catch. There's no revenge. There's no extra motivation. This is just another game. It's just another Monday night game.
Good.
With that said, I don't like the Bears in any way. There's nothing I like about them. Washington's back. I was very impressed what they did. What they did to the Chargers.
Oh, the
last week.
Chargers who lost
That
their left
was-
tackle and right tackle and running back during the game? That
Yep.
Charger team?
Thank you, Mike, for adding that. They really owned the Chargers. They owned everything about that.
I was stunned.
I was shocked.
I thought the Chargers were going to run it up on them. I was surprised at how good they're. I knew.
Washington went to the fucking the NFC Championship game last year.
Mike, can one of us talk for a minute?
But you're sick. You act like they're a nothing team.
Can we talk for a minute? That quarterback, Jaden, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's been so much fun to watch. And did you see, he studies, there was a big article last year about how he studies, he's learned to move super quick, right?
Yeah.
And so now a lot of the young quarterbacks are doing it. So he's getting the ball out quickly. He's really kind of unbelievable. I was a little bit worried how good he'd be this year, and he's just been phenomenal.
I really like Washington.
The reason I'm
game.
talking, the reason I'm apparently losing sight of everything here, but I will say this: Washington is my number 2 pick. So I disagree with you, Mike, 100%.
Yep.
I don't think what you're talking about
Guys
the
have gone 3
revenge
against
game.
me in every game in the last 3 weeks, and all I do is win.
No matter
That's
what.
all I do is win.
Win no matter what. That's a good song, by the way. All right, so Cantu, one last comment about the Bears, or are we on to Woodley?
I can't imagine myself personally betting the Bears this year. And I tried to be. That's how much I don't like the Bears and the whole organization. So.
Beautiful.
I just don't know how you could take Caleb Williams on the road. It's going to be Monday night. It's Washington. It's a big fan. It's a huge fan base. They're playing very well. And again, it's a Monday night game. That crowd is going to be, lubed up and just ready to roll.
Yeah.
And Caleb, as we've seen, does not deal well with adversity. I was wrong on the Commanders this year. I actually thought they were going to take a step back, but after the Chargers game, and again, Mike likes to throw it in. Every time one of his team loses, it's the only teams that have ever
I did not
suffered
have the
injuries,
Chargers last week. I had
The only
Washington.
teams that have ever suffered injuries are teams that Mike has bet on. No one else has ever had injuries.
Very
But,
well.
but you don't understand.
Let me add one
injuries.
word because I think this is very relevant. In poker, our friend Matt Glantz came up with this word, unbearable. It's unbearable. And it became kind of a catchword for the last 3-4 years. Would you say that Mike has been unbearable?
No, it's just Mike. He's been unbearable about. We'll talk about that in the Survivor segment here in 20 minutes.
Yes, we will. We will talk about
No,
that.
I like Washington. That's a very, very, very good team. I think they're actually going to win the East. I don't think Philly's going to miss the playoffs, but I think Washington's going to win the East. So I like Washington there. I think Caleb on the road. You can't.
I didn't say they were going to win. I like the 4.5 points. That's all.
No, we know.
Okay, believe it or not, we got through that messed up segment. Actually, I think it had a little more fun for me, to kind of we had to dance a little bit.
Phil, focus.
We had to dance a little bit. Well, it's not hard because now we're going to go to Brandon Cantu with his number 1 pick.
All right, I want to be the first to say I'm putting this out there, and I am on the Cowboys bandwagon. Let's start right here. They're going at the Panthers -3. -3. I want to be the first to say, because everybody's like, oh, I don't think that much of it. No, when I say I'm on their bandwagon, I think this is a team that can make the playoffs. And that was when we started this whole thing. We were top. Mike was talking about their Super Bowl week 1, if we do recall.
Bro, let me
They did
cut in and
dominate
just,
Dallas
let me
again.
just cut in and say this. Didn't they beat the Packers and then the Giants?
No, they tied.
Tied.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that cost a few people some Survivor picks behind us. Continue,
here's-
Kristen.
here's-
What team did Dallas get crushed by? Oh, the Bears. Oh, never mind. Go to the next segment. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt.
So the Cowboys, here's what the teams I think they do really well against are teams that aren't real physical. They aren't the like world beating defense. I actually think Dallas would struggle against teams like the Texans, a really good defense that can put up some points. A team like Carolina, I just don't think Carolina can go up and down the field, score enough points. Dallas is, man, I'm telling you, as a side pick, I've been betting Cowboys over first half, over game. It doesn't matter who they play. I just don't think that the lines makers can put up the right number. And these are just track meets. And can Carolina score 30 points? I don't think so.
It is unbelievable. Nobody's been able to. I wonder what Dallas's offense is rated because they've been unbelievable.
They had the third-ranked offense, and they had the third worst defense.
Well, weigh in, Mike, on this.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to disagree on this pick, and I'm going to tell you why, okay?
You like the mighty Carolina Panthers?
Dallas was so up for the Packer game. They wanted to prove to the world, we don't need Parsons, we're gonna beat them. And they should have beat him, okay? Yeah. And now, what do? I thought they were going to have the letdown against the Jets last week, but now I realize the Jets are just that bad. That was the only pick, but I was way off, and I won my top three of my top four.
That was unbearable, actually.
Right. And the Jets are just awful. Okay? So, like, when you say, oh, they're so great, they beat the Jets. Everybody has murdered the Jets. The only team that hasn't murdered the Jets.
Steelers.
Mike, you were telling us the Jets were going to beat them last week. Yeah. That's the thing.
I was wrong.
Okay.
I admit when I was wrong. That was one of the very few picks I was wrong on. But I'm going to tell you right now.
Very
Carolina,
few picks.
Who started off 0-2. They've now won 2 out of the last 3. Could have almost been 3 out of 3 because Arizona tried to give that game away. Like, they finally they accomplished it against the Titans.
Yeah.
But they tried to do the exact thing against Carolina. They're running the ball. What is Dallas's defense? Is been shredded against the run. I mean, this is back-to-back road games. I like the points. That's why this line was 3.5. It's moved to 3. I wish I would have grabbed the 3.5.
One last quick thing, and before you guys weigh in, is I actually think in no way am I a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys are the most fun team in the NFL to watch. If you hate defense and you like to watch just offense and you like to see chaos,
it's all Dak.
They are the most fun team in the NFL, in my opinion, to watch right now.
Woodley?
Won't win it because they only give it to teams that like get the 1 seed or 2 seed.
Him and Baker are the leaders.
But I think Dak is like the MVP of the league right now, and I think actually what has happened is, and I like CeeDee Lamb. He's a Sooner, but like they've gotten significantly better with CeeDee Lamb like out of the lineup, right? Like he's able to spread it around a bit, like.
They remind me of Cincinnati last year. They're going to putting up 30-35, but the defense gives up 30-35.
Yeah, and I do like Carolina. I mean, I picked them preseason. I actually think that's a solid team. I've called a few of these upsets. But with 3, it's the Cowboys. They're feeling good. This is a must-win game for them. And if it was 3.5 or 4, I think it could be swayed the other way. But with 3, I think they win it. And like if you think they're going to win the game, it's very hard to then lose 3. I mean, like how many games are they 2 or 1? So I'm going to take the Cowboys, but it's going to be a good game. But I'll take the Cowboys.
But like when it was 3.5, I don't think you would have took the Cowboys.
Bet that over, guys.
I probably won it. Yeah,
bet that over in this game. I'm telling you.
I kind of agree with you.
Well, 50 is a lot though. That's a big number.
I didn't know
they're going to fly over and hit 60.
Because what's 50? That's what? It's 4 touchdowns each. That's 8 touchdowns.
Is he over on the board there?
Yeah, it's 50.
50. Oh my God.
So you got to get 8 touchdowns or 7 touchdowns and a shitload of field goals. I
mean, the thing is with Carolina, they're a Jekyll and Hyde. They're like their defense, right? You've seen their defense for like long stretches give up nothing, like 17-0. How many teams that are down 17-0 in the NFL come back and win? Like 1 out of every 150 or something. And they held the mighty. Well,
50% when you bet on them, but yeah, go.
Whatever. But I'm just saying, they held the Dolphins to 7 after the first quarter, and they've done this in streaks. They held Atlanta 30-0.
Yeah.
And then the week before that, at Arizona, they shut them out that second half. So I don't think they can hold down Dallas, but Dallas's defense is so bad. I don't know. This is going to be a great game.
Okay. Here is where Mike can be just a little unbearable. We love him, of course, but a little unbearable. Because every loss he takes, he claims it was 99.7%. Every single loss. And to be fair, there were a few of those losses this year, but not every loss. And then when Mike has a team, that just got crushed by the other team, like example, how did Detroit do? right? Mike's like, well, I'm not sure they should have won. Mike, they freaking beat the snot out of them. I mean, what? So
you want to talk about Detroit last week?
yeah.
You do know Browning handed them first down inside the 20-yard line 3 times, and they were down 28-6, and it wasn't Detroit's defense. Browning dropped back, threw it right to the guy. Okay? That's why they traded for Joe Flacco, the second worst quarterback in the NFL, so they could bench the worst quarterback in the NFL. That's a true story.
This is what I like about Mike.
I
was afraid he wouldn't show the world how unbearable he can be. But continue, Mike. Tell us how they should have won the game against Detroit, Cincinnati.
I'm just saying that Browning is very bad. That's all I'm saying.
Game was over.
That's not what you
game
said.
was over from the start.
Okay. Listen. I'm going to just say that I like Dallas in this game. And Mike's going to say Phil always likes the favorites. It really has been fun to watch Dak, man. It's just like it's 3rd and 12 when you feel like he's just going to make it every time, right? It's 3rd and 8. Somehow he's going to do it, and he just keeps delivering these strikes. And I just don't know if Cincinnati, Carolina has the firepower to stay with him. It's okay, Mike.
But Dallas's 2 wins are against the 2 New York teams.
Mike,
that's what their combined records are: 1-7. But Dallas is great.
Green Bay tie. You think that's worth?
Oh, you mean the Green Bay team that lost to the Browns? That is 1-4. I got you.
God,
I got you.
Mike,
Okay.
Unbearable.
Okay.
Unbearable.
He finds like that. He
We're
really
having
is.
fun, boys.
The
We're having fun.
word unbearable is really
unbearable.
I'm on a roll right
open
now,
this
boys.
can of
You are on a
worms.
roll, Mike. I'm going to give you that. You're
All
on a
right.
roll in
Go ahead.
every way, but it doesn't mean you can't be unbearable.
I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, good luck
Listen,
with
when
that.
you're 9-1 after 5 weeks,
Oh boy.
you get to talk. If
Oh,
I start
boy.
losing, you guys get to rib it right in my face.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I might have more wins than you 3 put together.
What
right?
is your record in the Grickerich pool?
What does it matter?
25 and
picking
25.
10 games. Oh.
There's
What am I, 30 and 20?
There's actually money on the line there. There's no money on the line here.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys. We need to move on with our number 1 picks. Cantu, you gave the number 1 pick?
Yep.
Woodley. Wait, let me be careful because I keep messing up the order. Woodley, pretty sure it's time for your number 1 pick.
Yes. And unfortunately, we cannot go to the well that continues to profit with the Minnesota Vikings.
3-2.
Yeah, but they're
Should be 0-5.
since the start of the podcast, I believe they are now 16 and
Oh, here we go. You guys love to go
6.
back to last year.
16 and 6. No, we're gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
At home. I think it's Sunday night game. Versus the Detroit Lions at 2.5-point favorites. And I think a lot of people, and this is where Mike will say, "Oh, they want you betting on the Chiefs because it's 2.5 and blah blah blah."
Mike
blah,
will
blah.
say that, but I happen to know he's on your side
But
since I revealed it early.
This is a complete must-win game for the Chiefs. I didn't catch much of the Monday night game because I think I was out here actually.
The Chiefs look
for the
great.
conference. Yeah, and then they kind of blew it at the end. This is it. This is must-win. If the Chiefs lose this,
not a
they are in big. Yeah, they are.
The Chiefs are the
They're 2 and
side
3
because of the injuries.
They're going to go 2 and
boys.
4, and the narrative is they can't beat anybody. They're in big trouble if they
fine.
lose. They're in
They're
big
fine.
trouble if they
They're
lose
in
this game.
huge trouble.
They'll be-
Wait, what's their record?
I think they're 2 and 3 right now. Yeah, they'll be 2 and 4. Like,
It's a weak AFC.
okay, but
Keep going. I
no. If they
Unbearable
lose,
Mike
if
would
they-
say it's their Super
I am
Bowl.
all in
If
with
they lose-
Woodley on this pick.
if they lose this week, they're
Mike,
2 and
would you
4.
say
They're
it's their
screwed.
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm all in with Woodley on this pick.
And-
Why am I all in? Because of injuries. Detroit lost their best cornerback. They are now without their starting 2 cornerbacks and their starting safety. What happened to Detroit? I can't believe it happened to them 2 years in a row. And now they have to face a team that can put up points, not like the Bengals with the worst offensive line and the worst quarterback in the league. And this is going to be a high-scoring game because they won't be able to stop anybody.
Well, and they get Rice back after this game too, so they just got to get to 3 and 3. They get Rice
agree.
back, and they can go on the run. But they cannot lose this game. And like Travis Kelce, you got to win this for Kayla Nicole. All right, that's what's on the line here. You got to win it for her.
Nicole, come
and
on.
like,
It's about, listen, the
Why do you gotta be-
NFL is
wait,
about
wait, wait, wait.
injuries.
Woodley, you said that. I got to come back with a line
yes.
from Taylor Swift. Why you gotta be so mean?
I've never heard that
Never
line
heard-
because I don't. I'm not.
I
That's a
listened to her
Taylor
first
Swift
song
song.
the other day.
That's a Taylor Swift lyric. Why you gotta be so mean?
From the life of
the Chiefs
Ophelia
right
or
now
something. It was actually a good song.
Are
though.
only one game out of the 4 spot in the AFC.
It was basically about Travis, though.
It's a weak AFC. Back to football, guys. Enough Taylor Swift
Yeah,
over
enough.
here. The Lions are playing great football. I think this is right now. It's the best team right now playing the best football.
I agree, but the injuries.
The Chiefs.
You like Indy? Indy's the best team.
They are.
Mahomes made a.
Super Bowl champs, by the way.
You know, Mike's
Guys, keep betting them,
unbearable.
boys. The line's going down.
That's why
Guys,
Mike's
go ahead.
unbearable. 5 teams right now are the best team.
Chiefs are the best team. Lions are the best team. Indy's gonna win the Super Bowl. The Jets, they're
And then
Listen,
whoever
I
wins,
said,
Mike
I
will
said
say,
it's going to be the
"I told you
Lions
so."
and Indy, and now all the injuries could end up catching up to Detroit.
Sorry.
So maybe it'll only be the
Mike,
Lions.
at the beginning of the season, you told us Baltimore was going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, they're going to the fucking toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the point is, you said that.
Injury.
Cantu, give us your take on this game. We'll try not to interrupt you more than
sorry.
4 times.
I apologize. I can't help it. It's just that
Mike's
I'll be quiet.
big med day over here, Mike. No, we got a big med day.
I'm in so much pain.
Bad
Just
med
being
day.
able to make fun of you guys has
Bad
got me.
med day
Has
for
got
Mike.
it makes the pain go away.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I don't even know where we were. Lions. I like the Lions. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm gonna save you, Cantu, because they did bury you this time. But I'm going to say this. This game, I think, can go any direction, right? I don't say that very. Usually, I have a very strong opinion, but anything can happen, right? Because like you have Campbell.
After the Arizona Titan game, we know everything can happen.
You have Campbell, who will just like, if he gets up 20 points, he'll just keep bam, bam, bam,
like
going
it.
4th down, and they could win by like 30. Kansas City's not winning by 30. If one team wins big, it's going to be Detroit. So I'm going to have to weigh in and say that I like Detroit just a little bit. I wish I didn't have to address this game. And now Cantu. Now you have anything to add on
I
that?
actually like the +1 or +2. I think this is going to come down right to the end, and I think there's going to be a lot of 2-point conversions coming down. This is a game where this isn't going to land on your traditional 3. This +2.5 is a big deal. They might win. That 1 or 2 is a big deal.
Okay. All right, guys. It's time for my number 1 pick.
Wait. I feel a Homer alert. Homer alert.
Okay,
I feel like somebody might lay
Both
like,
of my picks are on what we call Monday Night Football. Buffalo. What's the current line right now?
Well, it opened 3.5. It's now 4.5.
I bet it at 3.5, but
Yeah.
I think we have to give it at 4.5. So Buffalo, they're playing Atlanta. In Atlanta,
Off a bye, I think, right?
right?
bye, correct.
Atlanta might be off a bye, which
They are.
I don't love, but Buffalo finally got beat. And what I've noticed is teams, when they win, like, what did they win? 4 games in a row. They finally lost one. There's finally, like, when you win every week and that first exciting week against the Ravens, remember that game? All the excitement in the stadium and all the energy, and they just kind of went with it. There's no reason to improve. We're too good. We're the best team in the league. Everybody's telling us this. Now, they got smacked by the Patriots. And so I
They
think
got
for
smacked,
them,
too. I agree.
they did get smacked. And now I think they're going to say to themselves, listen, we really need to show that we're still the champions. We have the stage. It's Monday night. We have the best offense in the league, arguably. And I think they're just going to go down there and they're going to win big. Now, I look at what happened to Atlanta, where they lost like 30-0 to Carolina. And then the next week, they actually did pretty good. They scored a lot of points.
They crushed the Washington team that you guys are just sucking on a minute ago.
Right, but anyway, Buffalo -4.5 is my pick of the
Woodley,
week.
give me some love.
So insane.
Mikey, since we can't shut you up, go.
Okay. Before I don't like going against the line moves. But before the line came out, I'm going to tell you why I don't like Buffalo, and you guys could Okay, let's go back to last week. They lost. Buffalo had played the second easiest schedule in the country beside Arizona. Okay,
Sure.
and of those teams that they were 4-0, they were like 1% to beat the Ravens, who are 1-4. If the guy didn't have the roughing the punter, they might have lost to a horrible Miami team. It was a 1-possession game late, even though you never felt like New Orleans was going to win, but it was close late. And those are like the bottom feeders. and then they get beat, and they got beat pretty good. I know the game was close, but like Josh Allen said after the game, we shouldn't have been in the game with the 3 turnovers. And so now they're playing a team that 2 of the 4 games have looked great. And 3 of them, actually, they gave away the game to Tampa Bay. They had the 1 clunker against Carolina, and they're coming off a bye. And I'm not so sure the Bills are very good. That's all I'm trying to say. They haven't shown it. They haven't shown it. They have not, like we always say, good teams win, great teams cover. Okay? And look at the 2 best records in the base so far have been Detroit and Indy, and they murdered people.
Well, let me make some sense of all this for you guys.
I like the points. Give me 4.5.
Phil, what do I always say about the Bills? What do? They're the team that always plays with their food. They never put any teams away. They let all these crappy teams. One of my favorite picks of the year was when they were playing New England. I loved it. It was Sunday Night Football. This is going to be the end of the Sean McDermott era. He's going to get fired at the end of the year.
He might get fired after this week.
Well, no, he's not going to get fired after this
Mike,
week.
he would be 4-2.
Yeah, like
at the end of the week, they're going to fire McDermott.
I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be
unbearable.
I don't think I'm going to be taking the Bills anymore unless they're playing a really good team where I think they're going to like wake up and then they kind of show up and again, where they're an underdog or the spread's close. I think the Falcons they might just beat them this week. They're coming off the bye, like you guys said. Man, he needs to get fired and the Bills need to move on. They keep thinking like, oh, it's Mahomes. It's his era. Maybe Josh Allen ran into the wrong person at the wrong time. No, you ran into Sean McDermott. Sucks.
He should have been fired when he gave up the field goal with 13 seconds left in the playoffs 2 years ago. He should have been canned the next day. You guys know I'm right on this, right?
Are you done, Mike?
I want to give a quick shout out to our new sponsor of the whatever drugs Mike is taking today.
Good back pain.
I wonder if the pain medicine got me going.
Yeah,
something's got you going, Mike.
It's the first time I took a pain pill in a year and a half.
Thank you to Pfizer.
We expected you to interrupt Cantu 7 times, but you've already interrupted him 14 times. So you're starting to hit record territory.
Pay the over. I'll hop in real quick. The Bills, that was a very uncharacteristic game, and they kind of jinxed them early on too, because I remember early in the game the announcer was like, Josh Allen hasn't done this, they haven't fumbled in XYZ games, all this.
Announcers jinx.
They won 14 in a row at home before yesterday?
Yeah, that game, listen, it happens. Like, it's very hard to win 17 games. Like, they've also, I think part of it too is they played, to Mike's, Mike had a good point, they played some pretty bad teams there, so it's hard to go shit team, get up for division rival. Like that New England team actually is legit. Like Drake May looks great. Back to this game though, like the Bills, everybody on that team knows like this is their year. This is their window. They do not do it this year. Like
Agree.
They're not going to fire McDermott after this game. They may fire him after this year. Maybe. I think
this
maybe
is a
one more
15-2 type team, right?
This is my
biggest bet of the year, over 11.5 wins on the Bills. So I'm not trying to knock.
No, but this is their year, and if you want to get the 1 seed, which they absolutely need to win that conference, you have to get it. That's too good of a conference not to have home field. They have to win this game, and 4.5 is a bit, but I think they're going to come out. They're going to come out focused. They're going to smash the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons are very good. I think the Falcons have like one really good player in Bijan Robinson, and I think they have a really good kicker.
Well, the jury's out on their quarterback, right?
They're
the second-ranked defense
jury's out.
in the
He's
NFL.
only played
Their defense has been unbelievable.
7 games ever. I mean, he's still
They got a good defense, but it doesn't matter because you have Josh Allen and you have James Cook and you have you don't have a superstar receiver right now, but you have like 5 pretty good pass catchers. You cannot stop them on defense.
My fantasy football team has Allen and Cook on,
unless he's throwing interceptions and fumbles, they're gonna put up points. So I mean, look at the total there. It's 49.5, which means like they know the Bills are gonna put up the points. Do you think
that's pretty scary? That total. I didn't even know it was that high.
Do you think the Falcons can put up to cover it? What they'd have to put up at 24 minimum to cover that?
I mean, we don't know that Bills defense. I mean, look what the Ravens did to them. Look what Miami put up a ton on them. I mean, even the Saints, they put up 17 or 20 on them. We just don't know.
Man, I think they might just. The more I talk this out, I think the Falcons might just beat him. And I want to be first to say I was on the Sean McDermott calling for his job because I think it's going to start next week.
To be honest, none of us on this panel think that Sean McDermott has. It's interesting because you have this perspective, right? And it's a strategy perspective.
He didn't have Josh Allen, he would never be in the league.
And we have all watched. It's okay. I don't mind. I like getting interrupted. But I'll tell you something. We have all watched since the 1990s, 1980s. We all see the obvious stupid mistakes these coaches make. And we're like, what did that idiot coach just do? Right? And none worse than like, well, I don't want to get into particular coaches. That would be a good clip. But some of the stupid calls they've made. And then finally, we had the math enter. Right?
Yeah.
And what do they call it?
Analytics.
Yeah, the analytics has finally entered, but they're still stupid coaches. And when I watch the stupid coaches, it's still somewhat infuriating if I'm betting on them and if they're costing me money. Now, that's just a normal thing for the poker players. We have very analytical minds.
I think at the end of the show, we should talk about some stupid coaches from last week because there were some really bad ones.
There really were. And, I will say this, and I probably shouldn't get into this, but hell, let's just go there. And then we're going to go to a break. This is going to be fun. So Andy Reid was known by the poker players and a lot of the strategy guys as the worst coach in the league by far. I'm not saying he wasn't beloved by his players. I'm
Nobody
not
thought
saying he didn't do the X's and O's great. I'm talking specifically about, when you're supposed to run 3 times and end the game. Some very basic stuff for years and years and years. Now, about 5-6 years ago.
Wait a minute. Then he got the greatest quarterback of all time, and now he's a genius.
But also next to him, he had someone who was assistant coach that was in his ear, was telling him the right analytics move. And suddenly, it was just a very simple adjustment. All of these teams, and some of the smartest teams have this, should have an analytics department or just even one guy. Right? It could be Mike the Mouth, the poker player. Mike might get too emotional, though, and say, run the ball, run. No, even Mike would get all the calls right. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. So do I think Andy Reid's a great coach? Yes. His analytics in the past were awful, and everybody kind of thought that was...
He got better, much better.
Much better. And, all right, Cantu, I'm going to give you one last chance to comment on this game.
He's told
you want to take it or not?
He's told you like 3 times. He said Falcons are going to win and the game out.
Okay, but here we go, Woodley. It's the rare David Woodley and Phil Hellmuth.
Yes.
Versus Cantu and Matisow. I love this.
5-0 lifetime, I believe.
Matisow.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a commercial break here, and we're going to come back with our number 2 picks. See you guys on the other side.
This is Veda Sports, only on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Welcome back, folks. The Veda Sports Podcast is brought to you by some really great sponsors. I'm really happy. Splash Sports is one of them. And if you don't know them, the founders bought Office Football Pool and RunYourPool.com. And they're live in 45 states, I heard today. Okay, so download the Splash Sports app, which I think is number 5 right now in the App Store, and climbing. You'll find all kinds of contests starting at $5. Thanks again to Splash Sports for sponsoring the Fade Us podcast. All right, we're back in the studio here, guys, and it's time for Mike the Mouth Matisow.
Matisow!
Mike, I told you he's unbearable. But to be fair, he wants his name pronounced right. Mike Matisow. 9-1, Mike.
We've discussed it a little bit already. This was actually my number 3 pick, but I moved it to number 2. It's Kansas City against the. I'm just going to say it. The Lions have lost both starting cornerbacks and their starting safety. Let's move on. Kansas City minus
done,
2.5.
Mike. Hey, I got to give Mike a little bit of credit there. Like he did realize we picked that already.
He wrapped it up. I give him credit.
He wrapped it up quickly, and he even passed the ball. Yeah. Well done, Mikey.
Wow.
Not bad for Mikey on the bad med day. We always tease Mike. We love him. All right, Cantu, we're going to go to you for your number 2 pick.
Number 2 pick, Browns at Steelers. Steelers are now minus 4.5. Game opened at 3.5. Went up to 5.5, and I know Mike always thinks this is the end of the world. Now comes back to 4.5. So Mike is spooked. I'm going to tell you before I don't say anything yet, Mike. But I'm going to tell you right now, he is spooked out. He is seeing ghosts. He is seeing ghosts right now. Here's a few things I want everybody to think about. Coming into the game, the Browns are coming back from London. Heartbreaking loss in London, by the way, to the Vikings.
Heartbreaking. It was the second worst loss.
The Browns are coming back from London. which I think that takes a toll. That's good. I think it'll be worth a point and a half. I don't know if we have an exact
Maybe
science.
more,
Maybe
man.
more.
These traveling, traveling's rough.
Most
man.
teams get the bye after that, by the way.
Yeah, they do not have
the Steelers
bye.
did, and the Vikings did.
To be honest,
comment
this
on
is the
Yeah,
biggest.
yeah.
This is the biggest reason I like it is them coming back, and the Steelers are coming off of a bye, extra rest,
Correct.
very fresh,
Oh, Cantu. So we could say one.
Cantu,
team is
everything
super
you just
tired?
said
super tired.
points to taking the Steelers, but you just said you're taking the Browns.
I haven't told you what I'm doing yet. I'm giving. There's a lot to think about here, Mike. I know you're all confused, seeing ghosts. So they're coming off a bye. Steelers 4.5. This is a fresh team. Some of the Steelers wins that they've had are actually looking like better wins.
Was your
now.
brain going
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Your first thing you said was, I love the Browns plus the points, and now you're
He did not say that.
every
I did not,
single
Mike, I did
race-
not
Oh,
say
you
that.
didn't?
No, I've been waiting. I think he's going to choose the Steelers.
I haven't just told you yet who are you going to pick,
Oh.
Mike.
I hope he chooses the Steelers. I need those Steelers to win for my
I'm
$15,000
just telling
season
you,
bet.
because Mike
I
is
apologize.
so giddy. He needs to know. I'm taking the Steelers minus 4.5. This is a very fresh Steelers team. Now, some of the wins that the Steelers have done, where everybody was kind of laughing about it, and Mike was saying, "Oh, the Steelers have beat nobody." Well, the Patriots at New England is now, or actually that wasn't New England; it was a London game, but no,
No, it was in New England.
no, that was in New England. So that Steelers win is now actually looking kind of nice going into New England, beating the Vikings. It's still a nice win. I like the Steelers. This is a very fresh Steelers team. This is a beat-up Browns team. Still injuries to Myles Garrett. He's going to play, but not fresh.
Miles Garrett is a little bit
Here-
injured.
Yeah.
Here's my take on this game.
Mike, who is the quarterback of the Browns?
Gabriel.
Okay. Go.
Dylan Gabriel.
Who look good, by the way.
Listen, these are I'm gonna give some stats. Tomlin off a bye, 13-4, straight up. So they usually win, right? So this would be normally the de facto. Wow, this is a survivor pick. You got to fade. Don't burn up Green Bay. Take the Steelers here. But then you have to ask yourself, why did this game? I never saw 3.5, but I thought it opened
comes.
at 5.5.
Here it comes.
Five,
Here
back
it
to
goes.
5.5.
Here it
Now
goes.
it's 4.5.
Halloween's coming early.
The fact that this game is moving where the money's coming on the Browns, which I don't see how, scares the heck out of me. But I'll tell you what, I'm all with you on this, buddy. Laying the 4.5.
Wow.
Even though it looks like a trap game, everything looks like a trap here.
Okay, wait.
I'll go with you.
Mike, I just have to point something out.
Mike
Because
never agrees.
you listen, like last year, the sharp money, which Mike's talking about, the money came and it scared Mike. Guess what? They won 32% of the games.
How's the Moves doing this year, buddy?
I think they're still losing on the sharp
really?
moves. It's pretty close, though.
No.
Pretty close, though. But so we love this, Mike. I'm just going to say this. I like the Steelers as well. And the reason why is I think that Rodgers, each week that he gets a chance to play, he's getting better.
It's 5.5.
Well, Mike, it's jumping around, so we can argue about the line, but we're going. They have it listed
It was
on our
DraftKings
board.
at 4. It was at DraftKings when I started this.
Right, but they have it listed at 5.5. So let's use 5.5. We don't have to waste a lot of time. But thanks, Mike.
As usual.
And Mike,
I just looked. I turned around and looked. It's 5.5 here.
Mike, there's other
It's on the
books.
screen in front of you.
Mike, which we're showing the viewers 5.5. It's right there. We have a
I'm
rule
not
on the
doing well
podcast.
today.
All right. Well, Mike, actually, you've nailed it tonight, but I have to share this. I have to let the viewers in on this. We have this rule with Mike where he's not allowed to challenge the lines. And so, Mike couldn't help himself. He looked, he saw 5.5, and he had to challenge the line. So I think that Rodgers is getting more and more ingrained, and I think they're going to figure some stuff out with the defense. Let me
already
finish,
have.
Woodley. Let me finish. This
agree.
defense has not looked great, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They're looking better and better and better, and I think that T.J. Watt's going to start playing better, and I think that they've had a long time to think about exactly how to play the Browns.
Two of their best players back this week, and Hightower and Joey.
So you have a great coach, Tomlin. Okay.
Please don't go to great.
Okay,
Please
hold
don't
on.
go to
I want to ask you this. Has Tomlin ever had a losing season in the NFL?
How many years since he had a playoff
He's
win?
the,
like 10?
He's the king of 10-7.
Okay.
Makes the playoff every year. He's out the first
9
round.
and 8.
Yeah, 9-8, 10-7.
I hate it. I'm actually shocked that Mike has been
You
blowing up
hate
my
it?
phone all week.
I kind of hate it.
Woodley's standing at Mike. You
Five-
already said you like
But at
Pittsburgh.
4.5, I said I'd take it.
Oh my God! I'll tell you, I looked
seems
it
like a
over.
trap game.
Gotta
man.
protect that key number of 5, but I hate it.
Just threw him off.
I hate it because
Nah, I'll stick with
the
fucking-
Browns have a very good defense. Garrett's fine. The very good defense, and Rodgers actually isn't doing anything. For
Would you say
Pittsburgh.
the Browns have the best defense?
I,
Pretty. It's if they're not, they're top 3, right? We all
It's
agree they're
not
top
bad,
3.
top- they're good.
Right now,
They're good.
Denver's number
They're
1.
good, and Rodgers actually isn't doing much. Like he has like 0 air yards. Like it's all the receivers, and I'm not blaming him for that. But the Browns should be able to get some pressure on them. They should be able to slow them up a bit. It's also a rivalry game.
No, I agree.
Gabriel, who I'm a big fan of, is a Oklahoma Sooner alum, and I really liked what he did at Oregon as well. Looked pretty solid against the Vikings that game. I actually think they beat the Vikings if they let him cut it loose a little
it was a
earlier.
nice first game.
When they did let him throw it down the field, he was kind of nailing it, and
He was really good. I'll
It's
tell you
just,
a
it's
stat
just
in a minute.
this is the classic. It's too many points. It's a rivalry game. I think it could be very low scoring. The total is 38.5, which is kind of. I actually like the under in that game,
Me too.
and if you're talking about a low scoring game, a lot of things can get you there. Like
No, I agree.
20-17, that hits your under, and that hits the Browns. And
Dylan Gabriel is the first rookie quarterback to start, they call it on the road, and throw for 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
yeah, he looked good.
First rookie quarterback in first start.
How many games has
2
Gabriel
touchdowns,
started?
1. 2 touchdowns, no picks. No other quarterback's ever done
against
it
a
since
good
like
against a good defense,
such
by the
a-
way.
So I
Boring
will give you the credit on that. Yeah.
It's a
I
very
like
boring
Pittsburgh
stat.
even more when I woke up and realized that, wow, it's only a second game. I mean, this is like a very
First
green
road start
quarterback.
off a team off a bye.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another stat in this game. Right? Okay, in the history of the NFL, no team has ever come out of Europe and played a team off of a bye. It never happened. So
that's not a stat.
well, it's
It's a great. It's
That's
great information.
That's a fact. That's a
That's
fact.
great
yeah,
information.
That's
I mean-
a great.
And not
fact,
only
Mike.
that,
Thank you,
not
though.
only that, Woodley. It seems to me like we're beating this to death, but we have a team that played in Europe, and we had a team that took a bye week that took like 13 days
it
off.
also all sounds. You put that all together and you say to yourself, "Trap."
Mike, that was the best thing I think
I'm
Mike
shocked.
said
I'm
right
shocked
there.
Mike has taken this.
That
Truly.
fact, I really,
I'm
really
shocked
love
you're on
this
the other
pick.
side.
I
When
love
you said
this pick
4.5,
even
I
more.
said, "I'd say." I mean, I don't know.
Woodley, I'm shocked you're on the other side of this, but
I think Pittsburgh. I don't know how they're going to put up points.
okay, all right, here we go. David Woodley, we're going to go to you.
Oh.
For your number 2 pick.
I'm going with the team that just traded for a quarterback that beat said team 2 or 3 weeks ago. So the Bengals just traded for Flacco, and I don't think Flacco's the second worst quarterback in the
It
league.
just came up. He's starting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Oh, that is interesting
Thank
because
you.
right now,
Yeah.
right now they have the ESPN on here in the studio.
Well, they
I love
announced-
that. That's what I love about the live show. And even though Mike jumped his take, I do think that's relevant.
He did jump the
Flacco's
take.
starting.
Well, I was about to say it because it's been out for a little bit. But
Mike, you lose.
well, no. Here's the thing. He was always starting because when you trade for Flacco, you cannot possibly run Browning out there the next week. Like you can't create a quarterback controversy. Barbara, they're 14 points in the NFL.
14 and a half.
14 or 14 and a half.
Yeah.
It's too many.
We're gonna go with both.
Flacco beat them. The Packers have to win this game. I mean, they have to win this game, and I think they're going to go pretty conservative on this. The Packers, after Week 1, Super Bowl favorite, best team in the NFL, Super Bowl favorite, all that.
And then after Week 2, we felt that same
I think
way.
they win, but I
Correct.
think they're going to play conservative. I think it's going to be somewhat low scoring. Browning is terrible. I cannot
he's
emphasize
bad.
enough how terrible he is. The Bengals with Flacco will be able to put up points. They have very, very, very good weapons. They'll be able to put
He'll
the
get the
points.
ball. He'll
to
get the ball out of his hand
They will.
quick.
They will not win, but they can keep it within 2 scores
I agree.
or 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Cantu, thoughts?
I really.
By the way,
like-
Cantu, you're wearing green. Does that mean you like the Packers?
No, I really like the Bengals in this game. What I found interesting is the line only moved a half a point for Flacco to Browning. I mean, Browning is really bad. I think there's a big difference between those two. This is actually, to be honest, a very fun spot for Joe Flacco. It seems like he's been falling in the spot a lot. Like, just thrown into the lion's den. Who was it? He just did this a couple years. Was it the Colts? Where he just did this, or was it the Browns?
It was Browns.
No, the Browns. He just did this exact same thing. Sorry, journeyman now. He just did this exact same thing, and he did very, very well. This is a Bengals team that has a lot of like big play guys. Man, wouldn't it be fun if Flacco comes in and steals a win? I know that's crazy talk.
Wouldn't shock
but
me.
He beat him a
Flacco-mania
few
would
weeks
happen
ago.
again.
He beat him a few weeks ago. He beat the Packers.
Yeah.
And
He knows.
Wait,
the
wait,
defense.
wait, wait,
I forgot
wait.
about that actually.
He beat the Packers, Flacco.
On the
Now
Browns.
somebody traded for him, and he's playing against the Packers again.
every team that plays the Packers, if he wins, they'll just trade for him.
Right?
Here's a stat for you
Flacco
guys.
can play for
Browning,
16
listen to this stat. Browning is rated as the worst quarterback, has a .41 QBR. They traded for Flacco, who is the second worst quarterback, has a .45 QBR.
I don't believe that.
That is a fact. You can look it up. You can bet if you want.
.45.
Yeah, .41 and .45
Flacco
QBR.
looked pretty bad these last
got
few
7
games.
Well,
picks.
here's the thing. This is a much better offense than the
Agree.
Browns. This is night
Yeah.
and day. This is.
But he's only been there for 4 days. But I'm all on. I love the 14.5 here.
They have some weapons, right? I mean, we're talking about like Flacco. I mean, he just completes a few short passes and these amazing stud wide receivers. Boom, they're gone for 80. It could happen.
He's 27.6, which isn't good, but it's not .45.
Yeah, that was
No,
like,
I meant a 41 QBR versus a 45 QBR.
it's wrong
Right.
in
Well,
every
came
way.
across on-
You're just
on
wrong
the-
completely.
Wrong
so
in
yes,
every
yes.
way.
They're
Okay,
4
Mike, they don't
percentage
believe
point
you, Mike.
difference.
But listen, I
Blame
want to hear your
ESPN.
take,
Go
Mike.
sue him for giving the
Mike,
wrong
Mike,
stat.
go on this game. Stay on this game.
Yeah.
14 and a half. You know, what's amazing to me is when these games open at 14 and a half, they always move. It's 2 or 3 days. It's right at the same place.
What is 14?
So
Went down a half.
we can see the spread up there. The people at home are watching this, and so yeah, minus. But I mean, it's still very close, right on the line. 14 and a quarter, I would call it. And so that's pretty interesting to me. Mike, what does that mean to you?
I mean, I like you give me over 2 scores in the NFL, I'll just take it.
Gotta take it.
Listen, Flacco is not like on percentage wise better than Browning, but he actually is. When you have weapons, he's got the whole thing is Browning could not get the ball out of his hand, and by the time he did, he's throwing it to the other team. And the fact is, the reason why Cincinnati's lost 3 in a row, beside the fact that they're a mess, is the fact that Browning throws it to the other team, and he has 3 picks in the first quarter, and they're out of the game. Flacco, even though he throws picks, he's going to keep them in the game. I don't think he's going to make big turnovers.
It's almost
early.
like Flacco's more intentional with the ball. You know, it's almost like
he's really good at getting the ball out of his hand.
it's almost like Browning is just like
I actually think Flacco's going to do very nicely with this
Yeah.
team. He just
They'll
feels like it's a
compete.
fit.
They'll compete.
They're-
I'm with Woodley.
I can't believe it only moves. I'm still stuck on a half a point. It seems like he's got to be
Never
more
gonna go
than
to
a half a
13
point.
and a half.
it's just
Browning.
unbelievable that it's sticking to it's weird to me. All right, I'm gonna weigh in on this, and I'm gonna say 2 things. First, the Packers are gonna win, maybe by 10, 11, 12.
Probably.
Right? I have to, and by the way, if I bet this game, I'm going to pay just a little bit extra juice, and I'm gonna take the 14 and a half. And I just don't know what the incentive is for the Packers to run this up. Right? Maybe they get like
They
a
want to
21.
get out. I agree with Woodley. They want to get out of this game, low scoring game. They're going to run the
Right.
ball a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe they get to 24-7 and they kind of just shut it down a little bit. Run the ball.
24-14 is the total. 13. That's about what probably is going to be. 24.
Right. Flacco scores a late touchdown. Now we end up 24-14. So, yeah, to me, 14 and a half is a lot to give up. I'm taking it. Okay.
That's
Now-
a consensus pick, buddy.
Wow. That's a Cantu.
You're a little slow today. You're a little slow.
Wait, hold on. Let Cantu say that.
Danny, in the back. That is a consensus pick. Please
Well
put
done,
that
Cantu.
down.
Well done.
Thank you,
Okay.
Danny.
Okay, listen. Now my second pick. All right. And it's going to only take a few seconds. Because for my second pick, I took Washington. Okay. And we've already talked about this game. Washington versus Chicago. Mike,
I called it the lock of the year in our text.
that's what
You
I
guys
was
made
going to
fun
bring
of
up.
me.
Can you say, Mike, that Bears are your pick of the year?
So far, yes.
Mike's pick of the year is the Bears. Now, I happen to be on the opposite side of that. I think we're all on the opposite side of that. I don't think anybody agrees with Mike's
Won't catch me picking the Bears.
Lock.
Here's the thing. You got to hear this stuff. I want to explain. You can't catch him peeping the Bears, but I'm all in on Dallas, who the Bears smoked 31-14. Way to go, Cantu. You got it going there. You got a complete going.
You can use that dumb logic, though, to claim that the Browns are the best team in football because they beat the Packers.
Yeah.
The Packers beat the Lions.
We could do that.
And the Lions beat.
Well, maybe the Packers aren't that good. They're full of themselves.
Okay, wait, guys. All right,
Actually, the Titans are the best team in football because they just won.
Okay, guys, we gave you our rants. We gave you our number 1 picks. We gave you our number 2 picks. Come back in a couple of minutes for our Survivor
your number 2
picks.
This is Veda Sports, only on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Welcome back to the studio. I have an ad read. I have to look at my phone here. So, Woodley, you're going to help me out with this. You know why? Because Edge Boost is in town in Vegas hosting a big party tonight that you're going to be going to right after this, and you work for them. So we're going to talk about the Average Joe contest, the VEASAN Average Joe contest sponsored by Edge Boost, and we're going to say it's heating up, and I feel like we're giving away $500 a week for whoever picks the best, and you have to go to VEASAN.com/Joe.
And if you have a Edge Boost account, we will bump that up from 500 to 1,000. And I think there's been 6 weeks so far, or 5 weeks. But I think all but 1 week, the person that has won has had an Edge Boost account. So
and the thing I love about Edge Boost is basically it's an account that you can kind of keep. It's like a gambling. I have to be very careful what I say, but all I can say is I pressed a button from my bank account and moved $100,000 onto the card, and then I was able to buy in for World Series of Poker tournaments. I can buy in at the best online casino in the world, Bet Rivers, and a bunch of other places. Tonight, I think Edge Boost is having a pretty cool party, and I just want to share this with the folks a little bit. Edge Boost is rented out the Palm Suite with the bowling alley, which all 4 of us have been in, right? Yeah. The bowling alley one?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
And you kind of have to cap it. I know Cantu's going to go to the party with you. Okay.
Cantu promised us off air that he's going to pick up one of the models.
Oh, he will.
By the way, Cantu's had a pretty good record lately. All right, we're going to move on, though. We're going to move on right now.
Hey,
he's on.
Cantu, when it comes to the women, Cantu's number 1 in this group, okay?
Thanks, Mike.
He can do it.
Okay, listen, I can't help it. My wife just texted me, and she said, honey, we watched you on the podcast live at home.
I forgot this was live.
Yeah, we're live. We watch you.
We're live.
And we just want to say amazing job, praising our son, Philip. So I'm kind of in a happy mood. My wife texted me, you didn't mess this up. You did a great job. And now we're going to talk about survivor pools. I think I want to go to Cantu first on this. Because Mike blew all of his survivor picks.
No, we have one left, me and Woodley. We blew 7.
I have one
I'm
left.
ready for you.
No, we. It's we. See, I told Ben you were going to try and do this. He's like, you got to take one Arizona. I don't want any Arizona. But we got to take one. I go, I want one Saint. No, the Saints suck. I go, I don't want 3 on Seattle. Well, don't take the Saints. So don't tell me we have one left by miracle.
I had 2 in New Orleans and 2 on Dallas. But to be fair, my $50,000 pick is gone. My 4 $5,000 picks are gone. I'm down to
because you didn't listen to me and Woodley. We told you to fade Arizona. Even though that was the worst beat ever.
Picks. No, you guys, no, Mike. If we could show the text stream, you love the Rams.
All right,
and boy, oh boy. All right, what do you got for us, Cantu?
We lost 2.
So I have 2 Circa picks. I have 1 in our friend Greg Rich pool, and our other friend Nick Petiti, I have 2 in his. Here's what I'm going, because I am playing to win. We could all sit here and, if you want to play and slam Green Bay, you can slam Green Bay. There's nothing wrong. It's 14-point favorites, but I'm trying to win, and you're going to have to use, in most of these pools, to win 15 to 20, teams. The one, and I've already told you why, my safer of the 2 pick, it's what I told you. I'm going Steelers. It just happens to match. That's my safer of the 2, and the second one is Dallas. This is for Dallas. This is the absolute last spot you can use Dallas. So if you do not use them at Carolina this week, you are not using them this year. With the Steelers, Their schedule's very tough. They have one, God, I can't remember who it is, but they have one that's like an okay spot in week 16. This is pretty much your last spot to use them as well. So these are two teams. If you're going to use them now. If not, go your own way.
Okay, I'm going to say this, Mike. You said something. I'll give you a little credit.
Okay.
You
So-
like the Raiders, right?
Okay, I'm going to tell you why. The line open.
God.
The line open. Listen to this.
All week.
Just listen to this, okay?
We've listened to it all week.
Cleveland out of Europe versus a team off a bye. The line open 5. Okay, the Raiders, who have been demolished 3 times. Okay, the line open 4.5.
They
against
missed a
the Titans.
field goal.
Did you watch the Titans last week? If the guy doesn't drop the ball,
You
I
said
was wrong.
3 weeks. You said 3 weeks.
I said fade Arizona.
They've been demolished 2 weeks. Continue.
Okay, I said fade Arizona because I thought Arizona they had played the weakest schedule.
Yeah.
But the Titans were terrible last week. And I'm telling you right now, this is the survivor play. The chalk will be Green Bay. The number 2 pick is going to be Pittsburgh across the board. This is the Raiders. I'm telling you, this is a lock. I have 1 left in the Gregor's pool, 1 on my app game left out of 4 of us that are left, and I'm putting them both on the Raiders.
Folks at home, do not listen to him. Do not pick the Raiders. I cannot tell everybody. I'm looking at you guys in the face. Do not take the Raiders. That is a death pick. That is a way to be out of your circa, your survivor, your splash sports pool.
What's so funny is you're like, the team that's 4.5 point favorite is the worst, but the team that's 5 point favorite in a division rival, all in.
You should definitely put your survivor
on the Raiders.
Life on.
If you're going to take one or two, you want a division rival game? At the same exact
I'm not going to take Geno Smith, who's thrown 17,000 interceptions. I don't like Pittsburgh, by the way, either.
But you should be all in on Pittsburgh then. You
I don't like Pittsburgh.
That doesn't mean that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
There's a lot of picks this week.
Green Bay is going to be chalky. Pittsburgh is going to be chalky. A lot of people are actually going to be. A lot of people are going to be on the Raiders, actually. I actually like going somewhere where it's not risky. I do think Pittsburgh is risky. I do think the Raiders are the dumbest. Dude, Geno
I think it's the worst
fucking
survivor
terrible.
Pick of the year.
You do know the Titans are the worst team in the NFL versus the run. What do you think
he throws an interception.
It doesn't matter.
Run it down the throat.
They're not going to run it 9,000 times. Okay, I think there's actually a couple other ones to look at, and I think Mike actually might like this one. There's actually 3, and it's actually 3 good teams that aren't getting talked about. They're all on the road, but they're all a touchdown or more favorite. First up is the Rams at the Ravens. The Ravens are a complete disaster. There's no way the Rams lose that game.
Agree.
You have Indy at home versus the Cardinals.
I've already used them.
Everything screams Indy. If you have Indy, I actually love Indy there because no one's going to use them. And then you also have the Broncos at the Jets. I mean, you're talking about
But everybody's used the Broncos in week 1.
No, not everybody, Mike. No. Not everybody.
I use all of them.
Yes, you went chalk, and you sit here and you Mike went chalk, and then last week he didn't go chalk, but now he's.
What do you mean? I went all chalk. I said fade Arizona. What do you want me to do?
Woodley,
I know that was the first time.
I like your Indy, the Cardinals at Indy. I like that one a lot.
I like your Dallas pick. Yeah.
The ones I don't like is Denver has a bunch of easy games. And the Rams have a real easy slate of games coming here on the end. I wouldn't take the Rams just because there's a lot of spots to use them, and same one with the other one I said.
I'm a little worried.
But Indy,
about
there's not as many spots to use Indy as you might think from playing in the AFC South.
Well, and they got some tough games coming up too. Yeah, the Rams do because I think everyone was holding out the Rams. I think they play. Rams. They play the Titans.
They play Carolina at home and the Saints at home.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the Rams.
The Ravens. I was reading today. They said there's like a 35% chance Lamar plays.
I mean,
I don't think so.
Dude, the Rams just lost to a Niners team that was missing their quarterback, their top 3 receivers.
I agree.
And their tight end.
I mean, you're kind of right. I think
points.
If Lamar don't go, I agree.
I almost. Yeah. I actually, my pick, honestly, after all this, if you have Dallas, I like Dallas, and then I definitely like Indy. Because Arizona's
I like Indy.
I don't know how Arizona comes back from this.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I think last week the coach got a $100,000 fine when Indy, the Super Bowl champs, crushed them by 40. He will be fired on Monday. That's my prediction. If they get blown out, which I think they will, because I've already bet on Indy.
They're not going to fire him after
gonna
7
fire him.
games.
Mike,
What do you mean?
always say people
there
are
was
going
like
to get
3
fired.
coaches that got fired last year after 4
Yeah,
games.
but that's
We're
not
week
one.
6. Nobody's been
He
fired
lost some
yet.
heartbreakers. Arizona.
You
lost
think if
some
Miami doesn't
heartbreakers.
get
3
crushed this week
heartbreakers.
by the Chargers, that McDaniels
That's
will have a
different.
job?
That's different. It's a different scenario.
the same spot. If they get crushed.
Arizona's lost by 2-2, and what did they lose by? The Titans?
But they weren't
They're not
in the
getting
game.
fired.
They forget Seattle what crushed them that game.
All right, guys. All right, listen. What I love about this is we might accuse Mike of being unbearable, but Woodley somehow puts up with them. And so Woodley and Mike, I'd like to be on those phone calls sometimes. The way they would argue back and forth on the Survivor, but somehow
The only thing
they
that scares me
survive.
about Indy is the
Somehow
fact-
they survive. Let me finish, Mike. And so now it's kind of fun to see it in person here. I like this. Right now, I have all 4 of my picks on the Packers. The problem is there's 4,000 players left in my pool.
3,900 of them are going to have the Packers.
I've used a lot of bad teams, though. And so that's different. Like,
Yeah.
these picks are, so there's a time to chalk and there's a time to not. And I'm actually thinking, I know Cantu just stood up and looked at the whole world and said, don't pick the Raiders. And the last time he did
do
that,
it.
he told us, I guarantee Seattle is going to end. Seattle won by 40, and I did
And
believe
I told
him
you
that
guys they were
time.
dog shit, and they cost me 3 survivors last week. Should have been 2.
So I
wanted the
was-
Saints.
I was
Woodley's
thinking,
like,
Mike-
No.
Anyway,
fair.
Mike, I
let
was
him
thinking
finish.
about 2 Raiders and 2 Packers. I don't know now. Cantu scares me a little bit.
I never
So
do that in Survivor. I can't tell you.
Geno
is
Smith, though,
bad.
is bad.
I just keep
Have you
waiting.
seen the Titans' defense? They're ranked last in every category.
Geno and Browning need their own club. Yeah, they need to go hang out together.
Before we leave, I can't help it. Woodley, I'm coming at you. And then we're going to wrap this. I'm coming at you, Woodley. Sam Darnold.
Oh, we have to hear how great he was. And then
Hold
he gave
on.
away
No.
the game.
No,
Woodley,
go,
Woodley
go.
claims
Go,
Sam
go.
Darnold is a horrible quarterback.
Not horrible. Okay, go on.
He claims
Go on.
horrible. In our
I never
text
said
stream,
horrible.
Sam Darnold is horrible. And I'm thinking to myself, is this a guy 18-2 or something, or 18-3 or 18-4, whatever it is? Like, he looks pretty good. His
Yeah,
numbers
except when
are
the money's
high.
on the line.
Oh, well, that's a different story. That's a different story. Woodley, I believe Darnold's good. Cantu's gone on
I
record
think he's
saying Darnold's
incredible.
really good. I think
Incredible.
Mike even believes Darnold is good. So what are you saying that we're not saying? And
I said I don't want to hear any more of this shit about him being like a top 5 quarterback.
That's what
when
you
he-
said?
When he goes and donks his
you
thumb.
said not. You said you didn't want to hear any more shit about being a top 15 quarterback.
We had a 7-point lead with under a minute to go, and we lost in regulation.
This is what he does. This is what he does. He puts up big numbers when it doesn't matter. They beat good teams, whatever, blah, 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 blah. He cannot come from behind. Can't do this. Like, sure, if I rank quarterbacks right now, is he in the top 15? Sure, top 10 maybe. But, like, he's sure shit not on top 10 quarterbacks I want in a big game or in the playoffs or anything like this.
Yeah,
and like,
see, I think I agree with your points,
the
but I
Seattle
had
Seahawks
to challenge you on that.
Well, we lost. We
By the
fucking
way-
lost all our survivor
because-
picks on them.
And we said, this is what we said. We said, well, Baker is missing his number 1 wide receiver, his number 1 running back, 2 offensive linemen. How are they going to put up points against the great Seattle defense?
he has
the
to
Seattle
go-
defense sucks.
He
That's
has
why.
to go 20.
doesn't suck.
They get
29 of 32.
They flipped the script in that game where the entire game, Tampa scores, Seattle's down 7, Seattle scores, ties it up. Seattle scores it. Finally, the defense comes up big.
Finally.
Seattle goes down and scores. Tampa scores, but it's like, it's fine. There's a minute 30 left. Seattle
With a
Tampa
timeout we had.
They can't stop anything. All they got to do is go. I think they got a
I
decent
went to
kickoff.
that
return.
game.
They
We
got
had to go 40 yards.
They got to go
30
30
yards.
yards to get in field goal range. And what does that idiot do? He bounces it off a guy's freaking helmet. And
Yeah,
intercepted.
but
They
is
lose
that
the
his
fucking game.
fault?
It
Yeah,
is
he
his
threw
game.
it right in. He was forcing it. He was running.
happens.
He threw it against himself. He was running one way and threw it the other
Mike,
way, right into the guy's helmet.
He's seeing Mike's ghosts out there as usual
I'm with
because he
Woodley
can't
on
close the game. And
Listen, I watched that replay 3 or 4 times.
Not only did he cost us 3 survivors,
whoa.
no,
Mike,
we would have not.
Mike, the ball hit the guy in the helmet and ricocheted to somebody's
but
hand.
did you see him? He threw the ball against his grain. He was running left and threw it off right, whatever.
It was a bad pass.
So, Mike, so let me ask you this. So then your theory is that every single quarterback that has a ball tipped, it's their fault, the quarterback?
Most of the time, if they
What-
throw it into the line, yeah.
What has Darnold won though?
Yeah.
Okay, Woodley. So all I'd say is this: he might be a top 6 quarterback,
No.
but I agree
He's
with
not
you.
a top
ten.
But I agree with you. For
It was
some reason,
incredible
he
last
doesn't
week.
seem to come up big in the big games. Okay, guys, I had to call out my friend Woodley.
6.
You know, I want to just touch on one
The
thing.
businessman who's about to go host a big party for
I want
Edge
to say
Boost.
one thing before we sign
Mike,
off.
go ahead, Mike.
The Super Bowl champion Indianapolis Colts, with the best record against the spread, should be 5-0, by the way. Okay, I just want you guys to know that Danny Dimes, I bet him at 80-1 to win MVP. It's now 30-1, and after this week, it'll be 20-1. And in 2 more weeks, you guys will be saying, when he's like 6-1, we should have took him.
Mike, we've seen quarterbacks that can kind of handle it early in the season. It might,
Darnold.
well, Darnold handled
Good
it pretty
teams
much
win,
the whole season
great
until the
teams
playoffs.
cover. Good teams win,
All
great
right.
teams cover.
Mike, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody for us.
Everybody, my energy was a little bit crazy tonight. My brain is fucked up tonight. But I'd like to say thanks for joining us on the Fade Us Sports podcast. Fade all these 3 idiots. Stick with me, and we ride all the money to all the way to the back.
Bad med day. Bad med day.
All the way.